Welcome back. It's been a week since Ranya Rao was arrested in a massive gold smuggling case. One more of her close associates has now been picked up by the police. Raju, in fact, is said to be the son of a big hotelier in Bengaluru, and he's said to be a close friend and accomplice of Ranya in this whole gold smuggling scandal. He even made multiple trips along with Ranya abroad in those very same flights where she brought back kilos of gold. It still begs the question, how can such a large-scale gold smuggling operation happen with just Ranya and one of her accomplices and the personal security officer, the constable, who got picked up on day one? Were only these three people, these seemingly small fish, involved? What was the kind of political and bureaucratic protection that she was receiving? Who were the big fish who enabled this racket to continue for so long? Now, the extent of this smuggling racket is yet to be ascertained, but the investigation has revealed some key players so far. Right at the heart of it is Ranya Rao. She was just one step away from clearing security at the Bengaluru International Airport when customs officials intercepted her and recovered gold bars that were worth 14 kilograms that were taped to her body. The Kannada actress is also believed to be part of a wider, much bigger gold smuggling racket that's been operating through the Kempegowda International Airport in Bengaluru in recent months. Her associate, who got picked up yesterday, Tarun Raju, is the second arrest in this case. He belongs, we're given to understand, to a prominent hotelier family in Bengaluru. He's believed to have had knowledge of Ranya's smuggling activities. In fact, an internal Karnataka police report submitted to the Home Department outlines the events surrounding Ranya Rao's gold smuggling escapades. Now, the report also includes a statement from the constable, the personal security officer Basavaraju, whom Ranya had contacted before boarding her flight in Dubai and who had in fact reached the airport in Bengaluru, and he too was picked up by the DRI. He has then told the DRI that she allegedly pressurized him into escorting her upon her arrival at the Bengaluru airport, and that he informed her that he was on duty elsewhere, but she insisted. Ranya Rao happens to be the stepdaughter of a DGP rank officer in Karnataka, Ramchandra Rao. His role too is under the scanner now, with the state government seeking a report from the additional chief secretary on how Ranya Rao managed to bypass security checks and misused privileges that are reserved for top officials at airport security. BJP has also alleged that some Congress leaders and ministers may also be involved, with some BJP leaders even claiming that Ranya Rao, when she was arrested in Bengaluru, immediately called some Congress ministers for help, but they've not given out any other further details on this.
Ranya Rao actor's case is a very serious matter. So many news are appearing that some ministers' involvement is there, some political leaders' involvement there. So it has to be seriously investigated.
There is anyhow investigation happening at DRI and CBI, which is controlled by the central government. Let them investigate. We have no issue. If you say that and you're confirmed that there are two ministers involved, then you have your CBI, you have your DRI. They are already conducting an inquiry. Why are you asking us?
So the Congress has countered this by alleging that under the previous government, the BJP government under Basavaraj Bommai, the Karnataka Industrial Area Development Board had allotted 12 acres of government land to a firm in 2023 to set up a steel plant. Ranya Rao happens to be one of the directors in that firm. The firm is called Zeroda India Private Limited. The other director, the only other director, happens to be her brother. The documents show that the land allotment was approved in the 137 state-level single-window clearance committee meeting. Murugesh Nirani, who was the industries minister in the previous BJP government, who was also chairman of the Karnataka Industrial Area Development Board, he says that the allotment was made after a green light was given by a committee, which was then headed by the then industry secretary, and that there are 30 senior bureaucrats who had discussed before arriving at a decision. But now it's confirmed that the site that the KIADB allocated to Ranya Rao during the previous Bommai regime was not officially handed over to her, since the company did not remit the requisite payment. All right, so how is it even possible that one lone person, along with now an accomplice who's also been arrested, Ranya Rao, and her friend Tarun Raju, along with the personal security officer, the constable Basavaraju, are three people the only ones involved in this massive gold smuggling racket? What kind of political and bureaucratic patronage was she receiving? Will we ever get to the bottom of who are the bigger fish who are enablers in this gold smuggling racket. Let me now go across to Brijesh Kallappa of the Congress Party and Anand Gurumurthy of the BJP joining us. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Brijesh, so these are the three people who are under arrest. Ranya Rao allegedly smuggled the gold from Dubai. She was the main accused. Upon her interrogation, she revealed one of her accomplices, a friend named Tarun Raju, who's the son of a wealthy hotelier. He's also allegedly one of the accomplices in the smuggling racket. He's under arrest. And the personal security officer who she got by virtue of being a DGP rank officer's daughter, Constable Basavaraju, who was also been arrested. But are you telling me that these are the only three people who are involved in this massive racket? I mean, that there was no other political or bureaucratic patronage that she was receiving to be doing 30 trips to Dubai every year?
No, I find it very difficult, Zaka, to believe that, it's just her and, one or two other accomplices. Because, as you know, the DRI has just launched investigation. And the DRI, as you appreciate, is a central agency. And it's also now, I don't know if you are aware, but in all the Karnataka media, it's coming out that she had also received about 12 acres of KIDB land, thanks to the largesse of the previous BJP government. And,
yeah, we've been reporting that. We've been reporting that, yes.
Yeah. So obviously, she had the influence of some very powerful people. Who are those powerful people is for the central government to let us know. But obviously, I have my doubts if the central government will let us know, because the central government has a outstanding reputation of protecting people from the BJP and going after people from the other political parties mercilessly. So I don't know if the BJP, the central government will actually take any steps in the matter. And this is yet another test case where once you join the BJP, that all you're clean and you're sanitized and so on and so forth.
Let me ask Anand Gurumurthy this. This was something that came out yesterday, that she was allegedly given 12 acres of land in a company in which there are only two directors. One happens to be Ranya Rao and the other happens to be her own brother. And they were supposed to make these steel bars that were meant for construction with zero experience for setting up a factory to construct steel bars. And Mr. Bommai, who was the chief minister when this allotment happened sometime in early 2023, was asked this question. And he said, we went through all the necessary approvals. Now, the point is, do you and I get 12 acres of land at subsidized price by the government on the outskirts of Bengaluru?
Number one, Zach, the land was never allocated. They came through the single entry window and, came with their application, and the application was approved. They never paid the money, so the land was never allocated. So first of all, the Congress allegation that the land was allocated is wrong. Okay, it was never transferred to their name. They could not fulfill, and they were disqualified. That is what has happened. Now, second thing, actually we should be praising central agencies and the kind of governance central government has given, that the central agencies have caught a very big fish here who was trying to smuggle gold in this way. And also she is naming people. Now this is a very big thing in the land when there is corruption happening under your nose. If something like this happens, the chief minister, the cabinet ministers should come and congratulate the central government, join hands with them and start the investigation in such a way that even the local police also helps the central agencies. Instead of that, the Congress people, including their chief minister, the ministers, and all the Congress spokespersons, come and start blaming the central government, come and start blaming the central agencies, while we can see that the person who was her accomplice, and also if you see the way things were happening, it's very shady. Outside, once she comes out of the airport also, she was being assisted. So these are shady things. Who is behind this? Who has the Abhaya Hasta behind her is something which the local government has to answer. And we are questioning this as the principal opposition here because of the way the local government is working.
I'll just come to that point in 1 second. But Anand, can you please explain to us how she's able to get past airport security, both in Dubai and even at Bengaluru? Every single time, she did some 35 trips to Dubai in the last year. How is she able to, with so much metal, so much gold strapped onto her body? I mean, you and I try to clear airport security. Even if you have a keychain, they will send you back.
That one thing we have to understand, when we are entering the airport, we are checked for different things. So what happens at Dubai airport, I cannot, it's not our country. So
No, even after landing
you
in
should call
Bengaluru.
somebody. No, you should ask somebody from Dubai. She entered from the Dubai airport. Now, when she lands in Bengaluru airport, whenever we come in an international flight, okay, even if we have a domestic transit, we have two channels. One is to declaration channel, where we come, pay the customs for the extra materials that we have bought, and come. Or there's a green channel. If she's walking through the green channel and somebody is helping them afterwards, then this is something very sinister. Okay, she was caught. The investigation is going on. Whoever is helping her, wherever they are, okay, whichever roles they are playing, they should be suspended and also removed.
So Brajesh, the reason how she was able to abuse the system was because the PSO would land up at the airport. He would be at the door of the aircraft, take her hand baggage, which apparently had the gold, and then he would go through this green channel without any kind of security or frisking, because he's a police constable and nobody would dare check his bag. The point is, she was getting that by virtue of the fact that her father is a DGP rank officer. Why is the DGP rank officer not being questioned as to why his stepdaughter was abusing this privilege and has now become a gold smuggler? Brajesh.
I think you misunderstand, Zaka. The state government has not initiated proceedings. It's the central government, it's the DRI, which has initiated proceedings. Who has to question the DGP rank officer? Because the state government.
But the daughter was getting the police officer, a Karnataka police constable, because her father happens to be a DGP rank officer. So who is going to question him?
No, I appreciate, Zaka. I appreciate what you're saying. See, there is a DRI offense which has been initiated against Ranya Rao, right?
Yes.
Is the state government privy to that information? No, because it's a central act and a central agency which is investigating the entire matter.
No, but the entire abuse of power, what enabled her to smuggle this gold was the fact that she had a personal security officer given by virtue of the fact that her father is a DGP. That need not be investigated. That need not be probed.
No, who will probe that?
The Karnataka government, the Karnataka police has to probe it, of course. Who else will probe it?
No, I find it this absurd, Zaka. Let me tell you for what reason. See, the offense itself is a central offense, right? Now you want the Karnataka state government to go and make a inquiry about what is happening. What locus does the Karnataka government have? Karnataka. This is
Is he not a Karnataka? Is he not a senior police officer of the Karnataka police? Is the Karnataka police, the Karnataka government, not one bit worried or concerned about why and how a DGP rank officer's daughter today has become a gold mule, abusing privileges that she got because her father happens to be a top-ranking cop in the state?
No, don't you think then that, of course, there is really no system as to which is a state subject and which is a national subject? Because you see, the ED is telling the Lokayukta as to how to investigate the case insofar as the Chief Minister is concerned, right? Yeah. But I think as far as the state of Karnataka is concerned, I think we follow certain protocol here. If the DRI were to tell us that, look, this is a specific charge against this lady, and we have a suspicion that the DGP is actually helping her or facilitating her, then of course, what's the difficulty?
Okay, so Anand, respond to that. So far, it's a DRI investigation. The DRI has not involved the local police. If the DRI does not want to involve the local police, how can they get involved? Because they don't have anything with them. Neither have they caught any suspects, nor do they have any evidence of any wrongdoing with them. The case is entirely with the DRI.
One thing is that our constitution always provides a lot of means for a good officer or a good government to do investigations. Okay, so if they are really interested in the interest of Karnataka people, in the interest of our nation, if the Karnataka government is really interested, they can start their own investigation parallelly. Okay, and whatever material they get, they can provide more material to DRI. They can even question the officer if they want to, and also if he comes out clean, then they can represent those matters to the central government officers who are working on this issue.
No, but question the officer on what basis? There has to be an FIR. There has to be some suspects who are nabbed. There has to be some evidence of a wrongdoing that has happened. On what basis do they question the DGP?
One thing, Zaka, if they have any kind of interest in this, okay, any kind of interest in doing an investigation honestly, any government, even even a constable can get involved, or any higher official also can get involved. But we don't see the intent in this Congress government in Karnataka. I'll tell you, as soon as they came to power, 1,600 to 1,800 people were released on parole. And most of these youths who were released, okay, have now become, collection agents for all these micro agencies, microfinance agencies. They are running around like rowdies. They are, wielding swords. They are beating up cab people. Or
anyway, that's a separate matter.
All this law and order.
Anyway, let's debate that on another day. I got to wrap up. Let's see. The thing that I'm most curious about and I'm most interested in, and I'm sure our viewers are most interested in, is I refuse to believe that this is a three-people operation between Ranya Rao, Tarun Raju, and Constable Basavaraju. There has to be bigger fish involved in this, and hopefully this investigation will get to the bottom of that. Thank you very much, Brajesh Kalapa and Anand Gurumurthy.